So this is the ride to work this morning for some of you. Deepening snows, 4-8 inches, maybe more. There's a big flow of moisture that is coming in. Jackson Hole Mountain Resort introduced their brand new Thunder Lift. We've got our winter weather advisories in there. Some roads and schools closed this morning. Eyewitness producer doing my job. This is brilliant. Oh, that's good. How much snow you think's back there, Zach? We got a couple of inches probably. Everything old is new again. And remembering the past is important. And if you see a weather balloon, make sure you call someone. You ever get the feeling someone's watching you?
I'm glad you're doing all the work. I get to eat.
But it's got to have speed. We are headed up this snake, baby. Go to duckrace.com/Idaho Falls.
Let's check back in with Jeff.
I just want to know who gave Harry Styles my Christmas tree. You've got to stay in line, people. We're opening it up about 8 o'clock, okay?
This is not your grandma's pulled pork.
I appreciate you bringing my grandmother into this.
Santa's got the goodies from fars, and I've got the goodies to travel far.
You know, it's so cold that Bill and Hillary are actually sleeping in the same bed tonight.
All right, what about your love interest? Are you still stalking that girl?
I told you, I think he lives around here. I told you this. Sir, do you know anyone at the North Pole?
Mrs. Butterworth called. She said good yawning.
Everybody can play this.
I brought a little secret weapon. Sal, will this help?
It will.
So we got some folks over here that are lined up. Are y'all fugitives? Anybody got a warrant? You gonna be on TV?
And now, your first alert weather.
Yeah, get on board the snow train this morning. Here's a live look at Yukon across 20. And good morning. Glad you're here. Be safe. It is going to be slick in spots, and there's a new dusting of snow for some of us, and more of it coming. 27 in Idaho Falls. It feels like it's about 16. There's a 14-mile-an-hour push out of the south and the west, so it will be breezy, if not windy at times, especially into the lower Magic Valley, lower Snake Plain, around Pocatello and into Burley. We've got 20 degrees in Mackey. It is 8 in Arco and 19 in Driggs. The purple area is a winter weather advisory, and this is mainly for the hills on into the eastern highlands, Swan Valley, and down around the Bear River Range and around the city of Jackson and Moose and Wilson into the mountain areas where you're probably going to see 7 inches to a foot of snow. The Vipercast reveals all. We get more of those interstate lined showers into this morning, and it pretty much covers eastern Idaho and western Wyoming. And this is just the beginning, as we like to say. But wait, there's more. I don't have any wind chimes or knives to throw in, but I will tell you there's more snow coming at you. So as we get into the mid-morning, skiffs of snow continue maybe over into some of the metro areas, but mainly for the eastern highlands. There may be a break where you deceptively see some sun. Someone wrote me the other day and said that's when the devil is shaking his pillow. Is when the snow is coming down and the sun is shining. You heard those old wives' tales. Please don't talk about your wives' tale. That's just wrong. It'll be cold again tonight with some clearing thanks to a bubble of high pressure. So the temperatures tonight sink dramatically down to Satan's IQ of about 5. And then we get into Saturday, where lunchtime and into the afternoon, more showers abound even into the central mountains. So we're covered up again with breezy conditions, 10 to 20 miles an hour, and that's blowing snow. And I don't know about you, but I like blowing snow during the daytime if I could pick something, because at least it's, you know, light outdoors. Blowing snow at night is just a bummer. You can't see diddly squat jack, and if you know any 3 of those, please call their parole officer. We're going to start to see another front ease through here late Saturday night, and that's going to help us calm things down on into Sunday, but the winds are going to pick up too with this, so more blowing snow by the time you're into date night. Sunday, yep, there's another trough, but it's a little more calm. And then Monday, breezy conditions with morning showers diminishing around here. Well, how much are we going to get, Jeff? This thing is an off and on thing. It's like a bad relationship. What are we doing? What, are you going to give me the ring back? 2 to 4 inches for most of us by the time we get into Sunday evening. Cubic zirconia for Blackfoot with less than an inch, not a real commitment there. And then 4 to 8 inches on into Montpelier, Bern, and more into our mountain areas. Watch as the winds skiff through here at 10 to 15, maybe even 20 miles an hour with the highlighted areas and the most potential for gusts. This is into Saturday morning, so there'll be drifting snow. You'll have blowing snow, and you'll have some areas of concern as you get into Sunday afternoon with this next front. We're talking about 30 mile an hour, maybe 50 mile an hour winds, especially into the upper highlands. So for today, we're in the upper 20s. We're right there around freezing. Lower 20s on into the eastern highlands, and Jackson will be at 23, 27 at the BYFI, and 27 in Chalice. It'll be 25 in Arco, into the Snake River Plain with some winds, and especially into the lower valley in AF. 30 degrees, 33 into Burley, and blowing snows across the interstate. Here is your local news 8-day extension of a forecast with temps in the lower 20s to mid 20s and about a 40% chance. Now, you're seeing it this morning, so obviously it's happening. But as we get into the day and then overnight, there'll be other chances. But it's going to get cold tonight. It's going to get down to 7 degrees. We're going to be at freezing by the end of the first weekend of March. It'll be snowy mid 20s for today and tomorrow, down to 6 tonight in Rexburg. And we'll see the temps even out toward 30 by Sunday into Salmon. And you're kind of not one of the cool kids here to begin with. You get your snow on Sunday. More snows through Jackson for wine and cheese tasting. It will be down to 22 and 4 below tonight. Pocatello's got blowing snow this morning, and you need to slow your roll. Look out for the big guys in the plows. Yes, that's an angel wing. Don't pass on the right. If you could pass anything, just pass out into bed and stay there. 26 into Idaho Falls, 50-50 shot of showers. They continue into the day today, down to 5 tonight. We'll be in the lower 20s to kick off the weekend, Emma.
Now, in a special team report tonight, we talked with local people who have returned from the border of war-torn Ukraine and been deep in humanitarian rescue efforts. Our Jeff Roper starts us off.
Support for Ukraine can be seen all over our area, but to understand and go through what 4 million plus people are dealing with can bring everything into perspective. Right after coverage of the plight of the Ukrainian people broke, an Idaho Falls man felt a calling.
I've just come back from Krakow, Poland, which is just a couple hours off the border with Ukraine.
Will Kesley is a licensed counselor in Idaho Falls, and he works with Sandhill Media. He also started sandhillrescue.com with the help of local radio listeners who funded his trip to the Ukrainian border.
We went to help wherever we could. You know, like many of you, I sat at home just horrified at what I was seeing.
The mission was simply to move evacuees away from danger.
We get 2 hours at night, 3 hours the most of sleep, and you just keep going to the border.
But it was more desperate, watching the homeless families in the middle of winter in Ukraine grabbing whatever they could, stuffed into grocery bags and shopping carts, walking hundreds of miles with no food, no water, and no answers.
And they said goodbye to these 10 children, and they turned around and got in their car and drove back across the border. And they just asked us to please make sure their babies were taken care of. You can't understand that until you stand there and watch it.
Kesley had no idea of the things he would see and experience.
And there was people working on a little baby, and the baby died from exposure.
Early on, so many women and children were trafficked while they were trying to flee, until a rescue system was set up for those coming to help.
I haven't had the heart yet to take them off. They'd barcode us, they'd barcode them, and if you were pulled over, which I was on 2 occasions, they'll check your car, and if they don't match, they arrest you.
Hours of driving, many times with no direction or GPS, just to a simple hotel room, away from the border, and even into Croatia, to give families a second chance at survival.
I said, is she okay? Is there something wrong? And she says, no, she does this every night and has since our house was shelled. She's having nightmares. This is a 1-year-old baby having nightmares. And so she just cries out with her eyes closed. She has these horrible nightmares. And then, you know, and like the mother says, I said, but how are you been? And she goes, I can't sleep at night because I can't get the bombs out of my head.
The courage and resolve of the Ukrainian people left Kesley in awe.
I've got stories that will never leave my mind or my heart, both beautiful and sad.
And it was the innocence and joy and simple bravery and trust of the children that inspired him most.
He's hauling his cars. I started walking. He immediately came over and grabbed his little hand, and he's hauling my cars. We're helping take this family.
She's giving him to us. Now watch what she does with her mommy.
In the cozy basement of this Idaho Falls home, there's an escape with gadgets, machines, a typical man cave, remembering the past. And Mark Richardson is going back to the future. Mark, tell me what you do here.
Well, we're just in the furnace room, so it's nothing too special, but we got this 3D printer for Christmas.
Recreating the bicentennial Idaho Falls water tower before it disappears.
Grew up here in Idaho Falls, and we just love the water tower, and heard that it's going away soon, and so we thought, oh, maybe we could make a model of the water tower, and so we made one and posted it on Facebook, and other people also wanted one.
A simple project designed to keep memories alive.
It's not 100% accurate to the real water tower, but it's modified to be 3D printable. So.
Well, the real question is, Mark, if I put water in it, will it hold? will it hold it? You guys think it'll hold water? Probably. It all started just talking to a friend and wondering about what's to come.
I have a friend that just started a job at Idaho Falls Power, and him and I were talking about how the water tower is going away, and that kind of sparked the idea to print him a model. And
for many, including Mark's kids, the water tower in Idaho Falls is a signal that you're back home.
Yeah. Hey Ellie, tell them about this game you guys play.
Well, whenever we go around to the water tower, we play a game, and it's like whoever can see the water tower first wins, and then it's like a kind of, oh, I see it, or I see it, and it's, yeah.
Yeah, we're home.
They just don't build stuff that is a work of art like they used to, you know. I think the water tower is a good example of that. It's a beautiful design, and everything I've seen of the new designs, it's just kind of a concrete drab pillar. Hopefully they make it look as good as the old one. But I like the small town feel that we have, the sense of community we have here in Idaho Falls, and yeah, hopefully it doesn't change too fast.
Everything old is new again, and remembering the past is important. Feeling retro in Idaho Falls, I'm Jeff Roper.
And it was pretty nice to be out and about to see everybody enjoying the Idaho Falls Independence Day Parade this morning. Thousands lined up the route of the parade to celebrate the 4th of July together. Now, this year's theme for the 2022 Liberty on Parade event was Let Freedom Ring, and it did. The City Council was out there collecting money for the community food basket. They were taking money this year instead of cans like they have before. This drive helps keep the donations here in East Idaho.
Community Food Basket is fantastic because it is a centralized location right here in eastern Idaho. When you give money to the Idaho Food Basket or Idaho Food Bank, yeah, all of those donations and cash, all that goes to Boise, and then it's redistributed from there. So sometimes people are giving stuff that goes all the way across the state and back. But when you give to the Community Food Basket, it stays right here, and it can be deployed very quickly and at very little cost.
It's really important that we get it right now. We're buying a lot of food during the summer because there's no food drives going on, and we can take every dollar and turn it into $5 worth of food. So this was a great effort.
Indeed, and of course, the three of us had the chance to ride on the Farr's ice cream fire truck in the parade. It was a lot of fun. Emma's first 4th of July experience here in Idaho Falls. What do you think?
Yes, it was great. Man, there were so many people out there. Just great energy from everyone. It was so much fun. We had a blast riding on the fire truck and just seeing everyone out there smiling and enjoying the holiday.
It was awesome. We've got a lot of backstage and behind the scenes video and pictures that we're going to be posting on localnews8.com and on our Facebook and Instagram page. It was a lot of fun. There were a lot of cool characters watching the parade. It's All American Day around here. Let me show you what I'm talking about, because we did have somebody show up for the parade. This kid, this is Dexter. Dexter dressed up as a hot dog, and I don't think there's anything
more American than that, right?
Oh, he needs a baseball and some apple pie. There he is. I asked him if he's American. He said no. I go, yeah, you are. You're all American. There you go, buddy. All right,
the mustard on it might be French.
It's French's mustard.
Yeah.
He's relishing in the love we're giving him. It's a great costume. I just love it when people get excited about stuff. We had so much fun, and I've lost my voice because I was talking to so many people.
On a little bit of an adventure yesterday, didn't you?
We did, right, Jeff? Yesterday we got the chance to taste some pretty delicious local Irish food.
Yeah, everybody knows if you want to celebrate in Idaho Falls, you go to the Kelp, and we got a chance to see what's on the menu. We got to do don't we have to do an Irish blessing? That's wrong. That would be at a wedding
You'd say sláinte.
Sláinte?
Yeah, that's
What
cheers.
Does that mean? That's cheers?
Okay.
Or to health.
Ready?
Were you going to drink those?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Here we go.
Sláinte.
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 Top of the morning to you.
On our menu.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
Brandon, what you got there, man?
What is this?
So
That
we
is the
have
Bailey's
our
cheesecake.
Bailey's cheesecake. It's always
Hey.
important to start with dessert. Get the good stuff out of the way.
Look at this.
Love it.
We have our corned beef and cabbage. Smoke that here in-house. Oh.
Good afternoon. The fish jumped out of the basket.
Most fish and chips you get are pretty typically either cod or it's usually broiled, but we kind of just put our little own spin on it, and it's a little more meaty this way.
So I'm going to try a bite. Okay, we'll see how this goes. You ladies keep talking.
Oh, here he goes.
Shaking your shillelagh.
How is it?
That's good enough to return to Ireland. There you go. You're
It was
gonna
good.
dip it in with. Very funny. Dip it and win. Okay, let's try some of this here. Fish and chips, an authentic dish.
Oh, that's good. So how many people do you have behind this whole operation?
We have 20 employees, and everyone's working tomorrow.
Fan favorite.
We have extra of everything. Hopefully it'll get us through. You never really know.
Well, when all else fails, drink something.
Yeah.
Water's good. I'm gonna have some more of this because this is just dynamite. Look at this right here. Okay, happy St. Patrick's Day. What's the word again for cheers?
Sláinte.
Spell it.
Sláinte.
Sláinte.
Is that with an L? Sláinte?
Slainte.
Sláinte.
You just Sláinte.
Sláinte.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Sláinte. Now, thanks to Liza and Brandon. The Kelt opens at 11 in downtown Idaho Falls. The live band starts at 7. The whole family is welcome as well up till 10 o'clock, so the kids can come and enjoy some of the Irish food and get some authentic Irish fare. And we want you to get there early.